Nah, of course. Okay, everything is back, but that thing right there. There we go. Yeah, basically, didn't crash, just, wasn't supposed to have that happen though. Okay, let's get back into this. Everything's about right, and minimize that. Okay.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Now to skip
Apologies,
to the spot.
it seems like I tried my best due to my negligence.
There we go.
The overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here,
It is as you said. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions,
That sounds...
but I rarely ever do anything like this.
There we go.
Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience. Which ones?
Yep. And put this on autoplay.
That's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon wants to help too.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Oh! Didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here?
There's Navia.
I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Navia! Nice to see you again. Is there something we can help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The
Charlotte.
Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
Charlotte.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think. Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Neuvillette, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad daylight. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines. I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
A lamp undid itself.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that. Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about. Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
Yep. Okay. Yes, of course has to happen.
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught. Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Shh, look. Isn't that Neuvillette? I think he's looking at us.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
Like det. There you go. Saw it on the disc, so we know it's on the disc. Yep, and it's on that side. About the smuggling case.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders, but who did not participate in the case, will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina di Rosula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe." Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Yep. So that's the question of how the guys are soon.
Hey, Navia, we're here! Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Zandra, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Something feels off. But, oh well. Let's get back to business. Is there anyone called Essin here?
Yes, that's me.
You're Essin?
Yes, monsieur Neuvillette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico, he was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico? Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
Alright then, let's head to the fortress right now!
Okay. I'm not busy with... I'm not gonna be doing that world quest yet. Seriously, we do not need this. It's not gonna contain voice acting, nor is it gonna be any good because they don't want to have it contain anything. I really should just start doing their job better with that. Especially since it's gonna be a core thing, part of the entire region. Like every other Archon quest and story quest, like this one. And there's Wrightsley.
It's Monsieur Neuvillette.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up.
Okay.
Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he? To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my questions answered.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Oh, did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened? Siegeween! Yeah, and we're investigating. The person
So far, I'm still busy with the Neuvillette thing. Power cut out.
Really?
So the stream is split
Kiara
twice.
gonna be okay?
There's no need to
split
worry.
into two.
Clarand is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
Right,
I
Slay.
have that one.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct?
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were you here, Grace, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him
It's
to
just
you.
his color scheme.
Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot
Not to mention
say.
he does give the code vein character design.
Please come with me to the infirmary. Ah, and watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip.
And the new character is this one. Technically these ones as well, kind of.
Get in gear.
Really can just teleport up, but yeah, might as well. What's the problem? We've been jumping into the ocean like last time.
We just had a new member join us last month.
Alright, the beginning. It wasn't really the ocean, it's just
Please rest
just
here for a
dove.
moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty, but thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Typical Siegeween. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them.
And I didn't
But
look.
if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I
This
will stay
should
here
be.
and wait for
Sunday
news from
streams
you.
don't get replaced. What do you want? Seriously. Are you weird? I'm missing an upload today and that's about it.
look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the mutual aid network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though. The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together. All of us have a lot of respect.
Great. So once again, this is
interested in joining the mutual aid? If you'd like to learn more, here's a... Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but our goal has... Here, this book is for you.
The ammo thing, too much of a strength difference.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you...
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as 4... We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation. Helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain just...
Sounds like a pretty neat one.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at it, but people won't give us a hard time.
Or it's the other guy that decided.
Enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
In this case, I believe it's a situation of the guy that got the sentence for getting revenge. So he might be the new one. He might be the one that created it, not the new one. Just, yeah. So nah, not Domenico. Seriously, though, why is it taking his time?
Did you manage to gather any intel?
The people who wore the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
I personally crafted
broke,
2 of
so
them
that's why.
myself. They were awarded to Carol in Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh. So the network was inspired by...
Yep.
Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found Domenico.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
Yep. Need to Risley's office. One drop. You tried to dive again. Yeah, well, the others, but blame the starting of it because I accidentally forgot the thing to remove power. This lady wasn't there because everyone actually joining only then.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette? What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Essin has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yes.
It's a red letter.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines?
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the forces of Meripede was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against him, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection, so I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force her to resign from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's all I know.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
I know. It's about to reveal an issue.
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this.
And he doesn't care about the year.
Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
Yeah, the mouths don't line up. Reminder.
Lots of people standing up for Melazines on our way back to the Palais Mermonia.
Monsieur Neuvillette,
It was done in different languages. The mouth
are a
flaps are
species
only
you
related to
introduced
the
to
other
Fontaine.
languages.
How the public
the
treats
main
them is also
language.
reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you, and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments.
Pretty sure that's once again the situation of the mouth flaps, because it would be different. Isn't he would do that a little earlier or something else, or rather because of how you pronounce some things, he would also do that after. So no things, just rather they only do actions differently.
It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the Fortress of Meropide. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now's your chance.
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is.
Also, I don't know if I said hello to Frogs and Snails or
Well
Frogman.
then, let us
Hello.
head back. No need to see us off.
Please, take care.
Literally just get teleported.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if
I
urging
finished
me
Super
on
Legends.
to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler? Hey, any comments?
What I really think is...
Excuse me?
Every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
He's speaking.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Cutscene. Oh no, it's raining.
It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meropide. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
He's just going through his memories.
Neuvillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
And it automatically assumes you're in the Hydro form. But I guess it's very much false. And of course there they are. Currently my travel is in Geo.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
By the way, where's Kiara?
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy, so I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette, would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
That's not how you celebrate.
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Yes! Thank you so much, monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Yes.
Oh, an exclusive interview! Am I dreaming? What should I ask? Don't let anything hold you back. Make the most of this opportunity, and
I agree. He'll decline any question he can't answer anyway, so you might as well give all of them a shot.
Give them all a shot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're never gonna see that. Not happening. We already had the cutscene, and we haven't even used Neuvillette yet. There's been no fights at all. Oh no, she's sleeping while standing.
Kiara?
Monsieur Neuvillette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, monsieur.
She's not sleeping on the job, especially since they literally stopped her from doing her job.
Thank you, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, "Kiara, our dreams have finally come true." I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Neuvillette, are you happy too? Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alov.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next
Yes,
time,
but the real question is whether or not he still plays it.
Big Sis Paimon?
See you next time.
It has multiple stories, it's got plenty of them. Lots of cutscenes as well. And it just ends like that. It says it's not going to be continuing the ride for this chapter. Right, yeah. A reminder. Archive, let's see here. Travel log. We've got all of these things. Okay. Each one of these, you can replay the dialogue. Every single one of these. The most recent one. And then you have all these character story specifically. You see? To there, to there, to there. To there. Two of his ones. Two Yoimiya's for some weird reason. Two Raiden Shoguns. Those make sense. Then there should be two Nahidas. And then that's about it for now. And they each have their own... They each have a lot of dialogue and go through into other things. Specifically, 3 of these unlock a world boss. This one unlocks one. This one as well. And this one. And then technically, this is he unlocks a world boss as well. And there's many different creatures. A pip. Ajda. You should not be there. Still don't believe he's the dragon. He's too stupid. I mean, depending on the situation, I can just go to either. I need to kill this boss anyway. So, first I'm gonna kill a seahorse and then see what I can do from that. And no, I'm not low on HP.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Commencing! Settle down!
Wind strike!
It's weaker, really. You're not hitting me.
Silence.
The ground is electric.
Getting here!
1, 2, and 3.
Frost is coming!
Put this down, and do that, and beam. And poke.
This is some.
You leveled up in friendship.
I can only say in private. I could never publicly share my views on this matter. It positively baffles me that Fanta has managed to become such a popular drink. Though I suppose its appeal to humans is not beyond comprehension. One can both rehydrate and replenish blood sugar in one gulp, and at an exceptionally cheap price.
Yep. But yeah, the constant loss of using the burst might be an issue, so... I need more energy recharge if I want to be able to spam it. Ah, yes. Crabs. Let's see if this works.
Settle down.
Should give it back. Nope, it didn't give it back yet. Now I can.
Sanctified.
More beams. There. I need to collect these anyway. Yeah, I'd have to charge up for 3 seconds, or you just shoot it instantly if you have to at least collect 3 of the orbs. Ah, yes, there's still one more crab. Stop running.
Silence.
There. This is the usual charge time. I can cancel it because it does drain my HP. And I need to cancel it anyway.
Settle down.
I mean, technically they're both dragons, reminder. Oh, the one is using dragon armor, which is technically the dragon sword. And now...
Silence!
Beam. And yes, just a new thing you can do. Don't think I actually streamed when you could do this already, so... She probably did. Oh wait, that was that. Great. Great, they're targeted. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Teleport here. You're done for that. It looks about finished. Story is finished as well. And now this will not heal me, just so you know. I have to go into the statue. Brutal should be... Why are you healing? Seriously, she should not be healing. Stupid thing. It looks like it's a better idea to just not have to enter this thing. Yep. No, of course. Put that up to 100. Swap to this team. And of course, no, get away from the statue. Is this gonna deal too much damage? Yep. Oh, okay. That's still better anyway. There we go. There's the correct HP she's supposed to have. I mean, to one-shot basically everything, she has to be basically in one-shot range, but that's why she has a shield. Anyway, the reason why... Meh. If you know how the character works, you'd preferably want to always keep her at low HP. Or at least below half. At the least below half. Now just swap to the other one and avoid opening the statue. As long as I avoid opening the statue menu, she will not heal to full. She will stay on low HP whenever I need to swap to her to make sure she deals tons of damage. So before I finish this, for now the stream is just gonna be like that. I'm gonna go ahead and kill one of the tough enemies, or tanky enemies, not really tough at all. And you'll see what I mean. So swap back to this one just because. And I just need to go to the boss.
Gather!
And there it is.
I've been waiting.
Stabilize.
Scout, ring cutter. No, my sword.
Yoink. And it's World Pyro. Perfect.
Apologies. Banquet must go on.
It hasn't been vaporizing because she constantly doesn't hit them when they're when they're affected by Hydro. Every time.
Your fate. Let me
Can we
read you a
get
verse.
the massive damage, Kazuma? There. 103,000 from proper vaporize. What, are you ready?
Solidify.
Rude. I put the shield back up and you can't do anything now. Rude. Anyway, order. Yoink. And shit.
In the end, I still...
Blood Blossom. There goes the Blood Blossom, destroying it once again. You know, now I just need to burn her health down a little more. Again. Come on. There we go. 104 HP. That's good enough. Don't want him to accidentally heal her too much. As I mentioned, there. Equal to or less than 50%. Power damage bonus is increased by 33%, and that weapon. When the wielder is less than 50% HP, increase the attack bonus increased by an additional 1.4%.
Solidify.
So, like I said, that's the whole point. Yoink. There goes the other bird. Just flying away. And then the other team that's normally being run at the moment with the dragon. Yeah. Catalyst user. Claymore user or greatsword. And I hit people with a fish.
Getting here.
And yes, he has a penguin. The guy runs around with a penguin. Summon the penguin. And then I hit again.
Frost is coming.
Hit the penguin into people. Just casually hit someone with a fish and a penguin. And you know, just to remember, like I said, I'm gonna finish off now the stream because it doesn't look like I'm not gonna bother with Legacy Wars. Yeah, start spinning. Open the menu, and now you can spin until your stamina is completely used. I don't know why that bug even exists. It works in co-op as well. I don't know, it's existed since the game's beginning. Don't know why. So open up any menu, and then it'll continue forever. Saying the same goes for this one. There. This one doesn't spin, but it hits a little differently. But it still spins in the end. Basically, every character from Inazuma basically does this. They will always sheath their weapon by the end of it. Yeah, doesn't look like I have anything else that I feel like doing right now. I have no reason. And I just finished the story, so no more spoilers can happen. And now I just continue with the world quest when I feel like it.
Add Ash.
And I don't care much about using the America version. I don't care much about it because I only progressed the Europe one.
Into the wind.
As I said, you can see adventure rank 60. I have plenty of. The best thing I can do right now is stay in the wish, but nah. Maybe close to the end of it. Spiral Abyss resets in 6 hours. Which, as usual, I will make sure to get that 36 star. But for now, yeah. I will just be finishing and then, yeah. Like I said, not many people care about this one. The accidental usage of Legacy Wars. So that just appeared. Of course. That's part of our world quest. Nothing right there. Dumbest part is, why is the secret achievement, really? No secret achievement for collecting that. Fine. Don't let people be observant, I guess. Complete the entire quest that's in this section of the map. Where is it now? This section of the map, and you don't get you only get the secret achievement during it. And yeah, for those that actually joined, thank you for beering. But for now, I am done. And I guess I've also finished what basically what needed to be done. The video is ready for Monday. Tomorrow will be the usual stream of the usual Sunday stream. This is not replacing it. I had to deal with too many people in the Legacy Wars community already of being ignorant and not realizing. Maybe pay attention first, because I've had too many comments as well, which is why. Okay, if you really want to know, this is one thing. This is what happens when you say when you're near the end of these streams. You'll learn why I stopped responding to comments, and I only respond when it's actually it means something. Because there's too many people in the comments that do not watch the video.
Simple rule.
And then ask something that gets answered in the video. Your answer was there before you even commented. So I've basically just stopped because I read them, but I just ignore them. If it actually means something, I would respond. If you are frequently to the channel or have a thing that could be said, I will respond to that one. If it's a stupid comment about saying this character is available in the use this character with this this team, yeah, maybe pay attention to the challenge. I already answered in the video that they can't be used. That challenge does not permit them. Not to mention then is Florian who decided maybe use Vesper. I don't think I responded to that comment. The others did. Because is the very definition of what I said it isn't. I'm not looking for axes. The video was based on hammers. And the shape of Goldio's staff is the closest thing you can get to a hammer that isn't classified as an axe. You see? Exactly. I'm not... They're two different things. Being that the one is blunt, the other one is sharp. I'm not trying to use something sharp. I'm trying to use a blunt thing. Goldio, if you get close enough to them, he whacks you with the staff. Exactly. And if you just get close enough, you can do whatever it was. I forgot what it was called, but basically the staff one, where he summons the light. Yeah. He hits you. Exactly. If you stand right next to them, you hit them with the thing itself. You understand? I'm not trying to chop them. I'm trying to bash them.
The desert's a tough adversary, but at least
See?
it doesn't hide anything. What you see is what you get.
So,
and whether you take on the challenge
yeah.
is entirely up to you.
Thank you for those that joined. There's the answer to why I'm not responding to some comments or nor hearting them anymore. I read them. You're not going to get a response if you don't actually watch the video. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy the stream, please make sure to give a like, comment if there is something you'd like to see, subscribe, and hit the notification bell up and say anything, and your Discord, it's in the description. Memberships are a thing, you become one, have their thorough streams at the end of videos to receive latest thumbnails, as well as join the Raven Vision Alliance with priority. Maybe there'll be an update on the thing soon, but for now, yeah. Goodbye.